All right, guys, welcome back to episode 4 of whatever I'm calling this series. To be honest, I haven't even figured that much out yet, but to give you a basic piece of information, what I'm doing is I'm breaking down a brand new body of water. I'm on a family camping trip, and each time I hit the water and hit a new episode, hold on, let me get this fish in. Come here, bud. Ooh, that feels big. I don't know what that is. He won't come up. He feels pretty decent. Oh, I just hooked him weird. Okay, anyways, what I was trying to say before that fish interrupted me was, every time I hit the water, my goal is to try to beat the last score, try to figure out a place that I've never fished, never seen, did not have any prior information before coming here. And as you can tell, so far I've had decent success, another little guy, and a lot of it has come on this particular lineup. I'm probably gonna have to change this trailer out, but it's a chatterbait Evo green pumpkin with a Rapala freeloader as a trailer. This has been a really successful combination for me all weekend. But what we're doing here is we're trying to just figure out one more time the biggest fish we can get, biggest 5 fish limit, see if we can catch some monsters, maybe upsize, because in previous episodes I was only able to get about a 16-inch average. So the goal today is to try to get bigger than that. We're gonna see if I can close out this trip with a monster bag. Man, that chatterbait is doing work today for me. Check this fish out, guys. I think he's probably another 15. We'll actually measure him, just get an idea. Decent quality fish. Let's see where he's at. Actually 16 inches, so decent fish. First fish for the tally right there, a 16 incher. Again, on that chatterbait, so that bait has been just stupid successful for me. I've been really having a good time with it, and I'm just fishing, 3 to 4 feet of grass, and they're smashing it. I really got nothing else to say. This is an area that I've had great success the entire trip, and I'll admit I did not fish the other half of the lake. There's another portion that I never even got to, and I probably will not get to during this episode, because this lake is about 4 miles long and the current is blowing this way, so it's coming towards the direction that I would have to head in to go up there, and it's just a lot of pedaling to get all the way up there. And the fact that I'm catching 15, 16 inch largemouth and smallmouth makes me very not motivated to go check out that portion. So I'll probably have to check that out when I come back here, which is going to be probably next year. But we're hoping to get 5 16s. If I can do that, I believe that'll probably beat the overall score. But I really, really want to see if I can find an 18 or a 20. Do you guys think I can get a 20? Do you think I can actually achieve my goal of getting a 18 to 20 incher? So put that down in the comments if you guys think I can. But we're working our way along here, and gonna keep working this grass flat, gonna keep slinging this chatterbait, probably a swim jig, see if we can finally hook up with something bigger than 16 inches. All right, that's a pretty good smallmouth actually. Didn't look as big until I got him in the net, but let's see if we can get him on the board, see what he measures out as. Nice, pretty smallmouth. He is 15 inches even. Show you guys that fish real quick. There we go. Again, not a big fat fish, but super athletic. All right, as I retie here, guys, I want to talk about something that I don't know if it's a controversial topic or not, but so if you're on a lake that has a beach or a public swimming area, they typically have the little buoys that say, you know, no wake zone, don't get in here with your boat, blah blah blah. If you can do this safely, and I highly emphasize safely, you can fish the outside of that area. You know, if there's not people there and they're staying inside of their zone, don't hesitate to cast right up to the edge, because you'd be surprised how many fish live inside of some of these little beach platforms. I've caught a lot of fish, you know, casting right up to the pylons where people are swimming, even when people are there. But for the most part, if there's a lot of people there, I avoid it. But I think it's kind of the same concept as, like, you know, deer hunters joke about the fact that the deer are all on posted land because they know it's posted. Well, it's kind of true for fish as well. You know, if there's an area where fish aren't being consistently harassed, like a swimming area where you're really not getting a lot of anglers in there, they will load up in there and hang out. I know there's another lake I fished before that the beach area actually gets loaded with fish at night after the beach closes. And it's just something that I've noticed about these types of areas. So don't hesitate to fish those highly populated human areas, again, as long as you can do it safely. Don't be casting, you know, treble hooks at kids swimming. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you can get on the outside of those pylons and run a wacky rig, drop a bait down in there, you'd be surprised sometimes how many fish are just on the other side of a whole group of humans that are swimming. Holy shit, I caught two! Oh my god, I haven't done that in so long, guys. Holy shit! Alright guys, you gotta see this right here. Check this out. This is two fish that I caught on the same crankbait, guys. Check that out. I caught both of these fish connected to the same bait at the same time. The hook broke off in this one, and the other one's in there. I'm going to put them back in the water real quick, guys, but check that out. Both of those fish were caught on the same retrieve, on the same bait. All right, so you're going to come first. Who's hooked to the bait? You're hooked to the bait. Okay. Come here, bro. Come here. God, I love that. That is freaking awesome, dude. Okay, so you're free. He broke the freaking bait completely. He ripped the back of it off. That sucks. And then you still got a treble hook in you, right? Yeah, you still got a treble hook. Look at this, guys. Check this out. He broke the keeper and everything out of the treble hook. Check that out. That is nuts. He broke the freaking bait completely. That is so fucking cool. Oh, dude. That is so freaking cool. Alright, guys, we're going to measure these fish real quick. I can't believe that happened. That is nuts. I have never seen that. Well, I can't say that I've never seen that. I've done this one other time in my lifetime. So that is a 15 1/4 inch largemouth. Fish number one. And fish number two is a 16-inch largemouth. 1 cast, 2 fish. That's freaking awesome. Wow, guys, that right there makes my whole trip. That was the coolest fish catch I've had in a long time. So that right there, what happened was, and I gotta watch the playback because I'm not exactly sure what truly happened, but essentially I was using a square bill that I got a fish on it, and then all of a sudden I noticed that the fish started rolling, and it was really weird. It seemed like a catfish when they roll and you catch them. And then I realized when I got them to the boat and got them in the net, I had 2 fish, one on the front treble, one on the back treble of a square bill. Now, here's the really ironic, or I don't know, like weird situation is, if you see that color right there, guys, the only other time I've ever caught 2 fish on the same bait in the same cast was on this color pattern, but in a lipless. I specifically had Pete Stoneman from Stoneman & Sons paint me up a lipless because of that bait, because of that success I had with that bait. I have a little nostalgia for that bait because I did catch 2 fish on it. So that right there was the square bill version, and I managed to catch 2 fish on it. So I'm not even sure. I'm kind of discombobulated at this point. I don't know what my total is. So I'm going to put that at the top of the screen for you guys in the editing process. And there's a loon right next to me hanging out with me. So what's up, loon? Anyways, I'm going to get this tied up. I think I'm going to put the lipless on, and I'm going to work my way back across the shoreline and see if I can fish and catch a couple more. But, you know, honestly, if I end on 2 fish on 1 bait, that is perfectly fine with me. It's been an excellent weekend. I've had a lot of fun fishing here. I figured out a lot about this place, and really, honestly, it wasn't that much of a mystery. It was crankbaits. It was working the shoreline in about 8 feet of water and just keep casting and reeling, and eventually you'll come into, you know, a group, catch a couple, move on. And that's something I can highly recommend. You know, if you guys are trying to break down a new lake, if you're watching this to try to get tips and tricks for it, the biggest tip and trick I can give you about fishing a brand new body of water is make sure you just keep moving until you find a pattern. If you catch a fish, that isn't a pattern. If you catch 2 fish, I'll be honest, sometimes that's not a pattern either. But if you catch 2 fish, pay attention to the circumstances in which you caught that fish. Was it deep water? Was it a specific crankbait? Was it a specific color bait? Was it wood? You know, those little details. Keep that in your head. Sorry, I'm kind of retying and talking to you guys, but keep that in your mind. And then the next time you catch a fish, remember every detail you possibly can and then put it together. For me, it has been boulders, 8 feet of water, specifically a crankbait, and it was slowly reeling the crankbait. If you tried to speed reel it, you tried to burn it, they didn't really seem to want it. But if you slowly reeled it, they seemed to be interested in it. And clearly, they're super interested in it because I got 2 eating it at the same time. So that's just absolutely nuts. But that's the kind of things, if you guys are looking for one tip when you're fishing a new lake, is just keep moving around, fish the high percentage areas. You know, take some time on those areas, but just keep moving, keep casting, keep trying to put together the puzzle. And then once you got that pattern, once you've seen a couple of fish, you caught a few, then start looking for those types of areas on that body of water. Try to match that same situation. And ultimately, you'll be able to catch more fish, catch bigger fish, and maybe get lucky like me and catch 2 on the same bait. Hell yeah, baby. So this right here, this little guy, spunky smallmouth, he was caught on not the square bill I just caught the 2 fish on, but he was caught on a lipless I had painted up by Pete Stoneman. He was caught on this lipless right here that I had Stoneman & Sons make me. So this is a custom bait from Stoneman & Sons, and it's a lipless. I've actually lost 2 fish on it so far, and just managed to boat that one. So that's really 3 fish that have hit that. So I think there might be something to that vintage craw color pattern. Stop recording. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it right there. We're going to call it a trip, call it an episode, get off the water, and we'll see this body of water another day. But this has been a really fun educational trip for me. If you have the opportunity to fish a brand new body of water that you know there's fish in, but you just never have any information, never been there before, I highly recommend it, because you'll learn more from fishing a brand new body of water that you have no history and no knowledge of anything of how that place breaks down than you'll ever learn from going to your home lake and constantly catching fish. That history, that knowledge of your home lake is good, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but if you want to grow as an angler, I highly recommend challenging yourself. Go to a new lake and try to catch 2 fish. Try to catch 3 fish. Just keep challenging yourself, and it will make you so much better, and you'll be able to hopefully have success in all of your fishing. So if you guys can do that, I highly recommend. As a matter of fact, if you do, if you took my advice and try it, put it down in the comments. Let me know how it worked out for you. Or if you want tips and tricks, you want to talk about it, hit me up on Instagram. I'm more than happy to talk fishing with anyone about how to break down water and just different things you can try. If you guys are new and just picked this series up on this episode, I'm going to put a link at the top of the screen. That's going to be to the playlist that holds all the episodes from this series, from this camping trip. I did something a little differently with this one. Normally, I just talk about the fact that I'm camping and doing all that, but I decided to really make it more about breaking down this brand new body of water that I'd never seen before. And I only got through about half of it, but we are going to do something a little different on this outro for you guys. After I say my little line that I do on every episode, I'm going to show you guys the totals from all 4 trips on the screen. I'm going to overlay those for you guys so you can see how I did from episode to episode. You guys can kind of see how it all turned out, because I'll be honest, I have no idea. As of the moment I'm recording this, I don't know the totals. I'm going to have to do it during editing and put it up on the screen for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the series if you watched the whole thing. I really appreciate you taking time to watch any of my content. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as always, let's get out there, catch more fish.